Olá, bom dia. Eu gostaria de convidar vocês hoje para participarem de uma série de 5 programas que nós vamos falar sobre o Azerbaijão. E nessa série nós teremos uma entrevista com o embaixador do Azerbaijão, Elkhan Polukhov, que está aqui comigo hoje. Teremos também senador da República, deputado federal, professores e várias pessoas especialistas na cultura, na política e em todos os assuntos relacionados ao Azerbaijão. Conto com a presença de vocês aqui todos os sábados. Obrigada. Ambassador, thank you very much for being here in our program again to talk about Azerbaijan and the important relation with Brazil. So could you please explain to us about the historical relation between now both countries and what is the future that you can see for these relations?
First of all, thank you very much for the invitation and thank you very much for this interest to my country. Coming to the relation between Brazil and Azerbaijan, we can say that since Azerbaijan regained its independence in 1991, immediately in 1992, we established diplomatic relations between our two countries. But to become and make it more intensive and more effective, both countries decided to open their diplomatic missions. So since 2009, Embassy of Brazil functioning in Baku, and from 2012, Azerbaijani embassy were opened in Brasília, this beautiful capital of Brazil. We can say that both countries are very intensively cooperate in bilateral and multilateral levels. Definitely we have a mutual understanding and share mutual concern about many issues of international agenda, like trafficking, like narcotics, cyber crime, and different type of ecology, and different type of in different issues. But besides that, countries also has intensive bilateral relation, where we proudly can say that both countries hosted visit of Minister of Foreign Affairs to the both sides. We have intensive visits of Brazilian members of parliament and senate to Azerbaijan. We had members of Azerbaijani parliament in Brazil too. Economic relation also very intensive. In total turnover between countries usually goes around 150 million US dollars. Yes, balance mostly go to the Brazilian side, but we also trying to show that Azerbaijan has his own presence here.
Thank you very much, Ambassador, for the answer. I would like to know also what's the political situation in Azerbaijan now?
Azerbaijan, a relatively young country. We re-established our independence in 1991, and since then we are building democratic, secular country, which is exemplary country in the region. We are a country which historically hosted culture of multiculturalism and tolerance in that area, where people of different nations and different faiths can live, will live,
because
and can
Azerbaijan is in a strategic position in the world.
Yes, they lived there for centuries, and it's coming from our political and geographical location when we're on crossroad between east-west, north and south. But parallel to that, unfortunately, we also had the challenges which come from occupation of our territories, 20% of our territories by neighboring Armenia, with more than 1 million refugees. Azerbaijan government is working on peaceful settlement of the conflict. But unfortunately, we do not see a readiness of neighboring Armenia to do that, which make situation very fragile and make situation, bring situation to the more aggravated and tense environment. And we hope that with support of international community and Brazil itself, we will be able to settle it. And with all of this, Azerbaijan also positioning itself as a responsible part of international community. Azerbaijan participates in many international projects. Azerbaijan member of number of international organizations, and currently Azerbaijan chair non-aligned movement, and through our initiative several very important issues of international concern and which concern the world was raised, namely initiative in United Nations.
All right. About the pandemic situation, Ambassador, how did Azerbaijan government deal with it? And what do you think about what our government here in Brazil deals with it? What's your opinion of both countries?
Of course, it's different to compare because countries are different scales. Brazil is a continental country.
Yeah, big population.
Big population, while Azerbaijan has more or less 10 million population with relatively small territory. But our government, since first days of pandemic, took strict measures to prevent spread disease or the spread of this disease around the country. We closed the borders. We locked down some cities. We introduced very strict, for some period of time, isolation measures, where population and we understand that all of this led to the difficult economic situation in the country. But parallel to that, government decided to invest heavily to support areas of economy which suffered more from this pandemic, from this lockdown and quarantine measures. And today, thanks God, we can say that it's under the control. Every day, number of infected people are going down, while number of recovered people going up. As I said, with more or less 10 million population, we have a little bit more than 500 people who lost their life because of the coronavirus. But with all of these challenges and difficulties, Azerbaijan extended its support to the 30 countries around the world financially to help to fight with coronavirus. We allocated $10 million to the World Health Organization. And we are ready to support. And President of Azerbaijan raised the initiative to hold session of United Nations, one of the sessions of General Assembly of United Nations, where world leaders can come together to discuss this issue and jointly find a way out from that pandemic.
Thank you very much, Ambassador.
You're welcome.
Hope to see you again soon.
Thank you for the invitation.